I didn't flinch when my father said it. "Your son will never see anyway." His voice was flat, dismissive, almost bored. My mother chuckled beside him, swirling her tea like this was casual small talk. "Stop whining. A trip is more important than a useless kid's eyes." They didn't notice my hands tightening on the table's edge or the faint tremor in my jaw. I didn't give them the satisfaction. I just smiled. They thought they'd humiliated me. They had no idea what I was about to do. Flashback. 2 months earlier, I'd been in the kitchen, sorting through bills, when my sister burst in like a hurricane. Expensive perfume, expensive bag, expensive taste, all funded by someone else's sacrifice. She was planning her dream trip: Paris, Rome, Santorini. I'd nodded, barely listening, until I noticed the envelope missing from my drawer a week later. That envelope wasn't luxury money, it was survival money. It was the only reason I'd been able to schedule the specialist in London who had a small, very small, chance of restoring some vision to my son. When I confronted my parents, they didn't deny it. They laughed. They'd given it to my sister. She deserved it. I was being dramatic. That was the moment my love for them turned into something else. Cold, sharp, unforgiving. Discovery of betrayal. The truth always hides in plain sight. I started noticing details I'd ignored my whole life. My parents' casual cruelty. The way they'd always sided with my sister, no matter the facts. How they looked at my boy, my gentle, quiet son, like he was broken merchandise. And my sister? She wasn't just spoiled. She was arrogant, careless. She posted everything online: where she was, what she bought, who she owed. She didn't realize I'd been following every post, every update. I learned more from her filtered selfies than I could have from a private investigator. I didn't rage. I didn't cry. I planned. Shift in mindset. If they saw me as weak, I'd use it. If they thought I'd given up, I'd let them believe it. I started small. I repaid my sister's loan, not in money, but in silence. I told her I forgave her, that she was right to enjoy life, that I'd figure something out for my son. She believed me instantly. She always had. Execution. First move, the law. My sister didn't keep receipts, didn't file taxes properly. Her social media was a goldmine of undeclared income from side gigs and luxury items she couldn't prove she bought with clean money. I compiled it all, not anonymously, of course. I wanted her to know it was me later. Second move, the trip. She was due to leave in 4 weeks. I waited until her non-refundable bookings cleared, then made a few discreet calls. Someone at the luxury travel agency owed me a favor. A clerical error canceled her tickets, voided her insurance, and locked her out of her account. She screamed at the customer service reps for hours. They recorded everything. Third move, my parents' house. Technically, I was still a co-owner, a leftover from when I'd helped them refinance years ago. They'd forgotten that detail. I hadn't. One visit to my lawyer and their mortgage was reassessed. The bank called in a debt they couldn't cover. Climax. The day they realized it all, I was already at the hospital with my son. The London specialist had agreed to see him after a charitable foundation, one I'd quietly applied to, covered the surgery. My boy was calm, holding my hand, not knowing what this day meant. My phone rang. My father. He didn't start with hello. "What have you done?" His voice was tight. I could hear my mother crying in the background, my sister shouting. I let the silence stretch. Then, slowly, I did what you never could. I protected my family. "You've ruined us," he spat. "No," I said. "You did that the day you took from my son. I just finished the job." The confrontation. I didn't meet them in person. That would have been too easy for them. Instead, I sent them a photo. My son, bandaged, post-surgery, smiling despite the pain. The caption was just 4 words. He might see again. No threats, no insults, just proof. proof that their cruelty hadn't broken me. Resolution. The surgery wasn't a miracle, nothing ever is. My son might never have full vision, but he has a chance. And that's more than he had when they stole from him. As for them, my sister sold her luxury bags to cover legal fees. My parents moved into a smaller house outside the city. They still call sometimes, alternating between guilt and anger. I never answer. Revenge isn't about shouting. It's about silence. It's the absence of your presence, the hollow space you leave behind that reminds them every day of what they lost. And in that silence, I smile.